So, before I talk about staying in your comfort zone rather than leaving your comfort zone, I'm going to add a few caveats that I do completely understand that oftentimes when people talk about leaving your comfort zone, it's that you're comfortable in the old ways, doing the same things over and over again when there's probably a needed change. But I'm also going to say that this is even applicable in that circumstance because going towards the change and diving into it and flowing with it will in fact bring you greater comfort in the moments of you doing it. Sometimes the start is a little tricky, but if you're like in the right mindset of it, if you're in this comfortable place, the start of changing is going to be easier. And so this is my comfort zone realization that I wrote about. Been doing a lot of what hasn't worked is pointing me towards what does work. And something I notice is this. I'm able to act on more effective and efficient work when actually in a state of greater comfort and ease, rather than the typical narratives that I've heard so much about leaving the comfort zone. Some part of me has really come to understand and disintegrate the fear-based motivational frequencies that come along with this. And so it's coming to a point where it's more difficult to make things happen from a forced and rushed, uncomfortable state now. This forced discomfort is complete nonsense. It's like swimming up a river to prove to myself that I can do something, when there's literally nothing to prove to myself or anyone else. In this, I'm definitely questioning the narrative about leaving your comfort zone to make things happen. Instead, it's about getting in the comfort mind zone, getting your body and environment set up as comfortably as possible. That's when more is able to happen. But a caveat is that you have to do it from a place of not trying to make things happen, which I know is a bit paradoxical. That part includes letting go to some degree, but more happens more smoothly with less trying, and letting go of some control, loosening up on the reins, or your rein, if you will. I haven't done it much, but when I do, that's when things get going. That's when things materialize. I instead rush way too much. I'm still in that hard work, get it done mentality, grind sort of way. It's full of so much friction and difficulty, and I'm not sure why I still do it when it obviously doesn't work as well. Ease is actually the way to go. It's more well-directed into proper ways and channels where time and energy efficiently is effectuated into more desired outcomes, while being happy, present, comfortable, and still getting it all done, yet feeling so rested and calm at the same time. And yet likely because of repetition, and it's the way that is most praised and accepted, the old work hard belief systems are taking over, taking all the time and energy of what is actually most necessary for me. It's simply a thing to recognize, accept, and practice. Practice equates to and leads to a show of compassion of self and all. Acceptance is wrapped up within forgiveness, understanding, and that return to the present moment, so as to know what to do. And sometimes it's an oscillating shift between the old ways and the new ways to remember and test if it's true, thereby taking time to shift into this. But this really is the unrushed, comfortable, loving, caring energy I hope to bathe in while working smarter, while understanding more, while just being, like a woo way kind of thing. Doing, not doing. It's clear it's what works. It's clear it brings clarity of actions. Wish me luck as I hope to dive into this more comfortable way of being. Let's get into the comfort zone for greater clarity, at ease, and efficiency. That's a better way to do it. And it also seems to apply to almost everything I've tried it with so far. And then later I wrote, also, like as a note, but it's a long note. Okay. Also, don't get me wrong, fear is a reality. Fear is motivational, but it's not worth it because it is negatively fragmented in a toxic way that tends to ruin relationships. That includes the relationships with others, but also with yourself. Yes, you can maybe get tons of shit done when you're in that fear mindset and when that is driving you. And even if able to maintain that for a long time, as I have done so often in the past, worked really hard, become an emotionless machine, etc., it's so unhealthy. That's why it doesn't work anymore for me, because it gets to a point where it just sucks all the energy right out of you. So shifting to this energy has been essential. It's healing, motivating, and energizing to work smoothly like a dance with ease. That's where things flourish and where growth happens. None of this bulldozing everyone and getting and everything. None of this bulldozing everyone and everything to get things done kind of stuff. Nor inversely being bulldozed to meet requirements that don't authentically and integrally align with my personal values, which I have thought so profoundly and deeply about. I'm telling you, and I'm reinforcing the idea for me, comfort zone is absolutely the way to go.